Day in the life of Sue the Republican. Sue gets up at 6 a.m. and fills her coffee pot with water to prepare her morning coffee. The water is clean and good because some tree-hugging liberal fought for minimum quality water standards. With her first swallow of coffee, she takes her daily medication. Her medications are safe to take because some stupid commie liberal fought to ensure their safety and that they worked as advertised. All but $10 of her medications are paid for by her employee's medical plan because some liberal union workers fought their employees for paid medical insurance, and now Sue gets it too. She prepares her morning breakfast, bacon and eggs. Sue's bacon is safe to eat because some girly man liberal fought for laws to regulate the meatpacking industry. In the shower, Sue reaches for her shampoo. Her bottle is properly labeled with each ingredient and its amount and total contents because some crybaby liberal fought for her right to know what she was putting in her body and how much it contained.
So this TikToker by the name of Vegan Teacher points out something that I think is really interesting, but I want to give a little bit of a caveat to this. So before we dive into this, in some level, she's completely correct, which is to say, people that conservatives hate fought for everything that everybody loves today. We fought to make the world possible. But she's a little bit wrong about who those people are. So she is saying that liberals are the ones that got all of this progress. But the harsh reality is, liberals throughout their history have mostly opposed any type of progress like this, and only turned around and pretended to support people after the movements had accomplished their larger goal. Like, for example, Martin Luther King. Liberals of the day hated Martin Luther King. He was one of the most hated people in the country. But as soon as the Civil Rights Act was passed, then all of a sudden, they're like, oh yeah, we love Martin Luther King. Yeah, oh, he was a great hero, great icon. When these are literally some of the same people that were demonizing and villainizing him. The same thing is true with unions, especially with Democrats and the unions. So the Democratic Party, their history with unions has largely been one of giving a pass to union busters, of basically turning a blind eye to corporations treating workers poorly, and in some cases even cracking down on unions and preventing them from going on strike. Like, for example, FDR during World War II. While FDR is held up as some sort of labor champion, the reality is FDR was there to save capitalism and the existing power structure. But in order to save the existing power structure, while fearing a socialist revolution in the United States led by union workers, FDR devised a plan that was the New Deal. It was to give enough concessions to working class people to create even more racial division among working class people by actively propping up a system of white suburbs and then bulldozing black neighborhoods through building their highway system. They managed to increase segregation and create a lot more racial division and animus, all while giving some perks to white working class Americans. This was a very obviously explicit attempt to, on one hand, capitulate to some of the demands of the socialist organizers at the time, but while ultimately undermining the main goals of their movement. So, who really got us the change? Was it liberals that gave us the New Deal? No. It was the socialists on the streets who were organizing. It was the union workers who were going on strike that the liberals opposed. Liberals were the ones that ended up capitulating to their demands. But it's definitely a mistake to think that liberals are responsible for the success. Fundamentally, at the end of the day, in the United States of America, where politicians largely serve the interests of giant corporations and do very little to listen to the concerns of working class people, the only things that have consistently led to any type of material change for working class people are actions and protests and strikes that fundamentally prevent the ability of companies to make a profit until the demands of workers are met. It is only when profits are threatened that liberals will ever embrace any type of change. And then as soon as any change is made, they will do everything in their power to bring everything back to their sense of normalcy as soon as humanly possible.